Good morning. Welcome back to When Pigs Fly. I am Patty. I am joined by Tracy and Renee. Good morning, ladies.
Morning.
Morning.
All right. Welcome to all our new subscribers. We love all of you. And to our OGs, we love you as well. Also, we want to commend all of you who are leaving comments. It's really not only helping us give us more smack to talk, but you are helping everybody else in the community by sharing your story. And so we commend you for that. And thank you for being here. So today we want to dig into really like kind of the essence of why are we here? Why are we even doing When Pigs Fly? And we wanted to be here as a guide or a resource because we are all transitioning from the 3D to the 5D. And when you hear terms like the Matrix, the old Matrix that supported 3D has crumbled. It has crumbled. And when we talk about the Earth's energy being inverted, it was inverted basically from fear energy. So 3D came to be out of an abundance of fear essentially on the planet. And that's the lack and limitation and the struggle bus that we talk about. So what is 5D? 5D is a dimension of a state of being of love. And so we're going to dig in. Tracy has a beautiful writing on this. I don't know if she's going to read it or just give it to you. She's got it because she made it. She knows it. And but today's episode is going to be about like more kind of telling you more about our experiences and what is 5D because you will not function efficiently in the 5D if you're trying to grab over habits and things from the 3D. It was a false foundation that has now crumbled. We've now righted ourselves and we're now fully supported by love. And that sounds really easy, but it's a little more complicated because we're still swimming through some of the mud that was left over from the 3D. So I'm going to leave it right there. And Tracy, I know you got something to say. Go for it, girlfriend.
All right, always. So I'm going to expand on the 5D being a foundation of love and include that it is infinite possibility. And I think this might open up to some people a little more of an understanding of what we have stepped into. And I absolutely agree with Patty. And we can talk about it from a number of different ways. It has a lot to do with electromagnetics, the earth. This is real stuff that actually has shifted and is continuing to shift. So we are in a completely different energetic of being, which means a lot of things are gone. And there is Patty actually spoke this earlier off air. There's some shadow that is allowing things to stay in place, but they are actually, like I like to say, a house of cards. It's smoke and mirrors. And when I say things like this, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around, but it is the foundation of, let's just use the school system or the medical system or government, because all of these have changed. So the foundations that held them in place are no longer there. So what's happening is we are real time having to learn to operate differently, to think differently, to show up differently. And if you really pay attention to things that are happening in the world, you see it. It's right in front of right in front of your face. It's undeniable. It is occurring. So to kind of get ahead of the curve on it and start to view everything that you see in life, how you think, how you feel, from a different perspective. And I know that's elusive to say, but if you can even start to understand that everything is operating and happening from a different energetic, and a simple way of saying it is it's from love now, to view everything from a base of love, not fear, and really try and wrap your head around it. I'll give the one that comes to, well, so many come to my mind. Imagine that. Insurance, having the need to have insurance. Or school. Our kids have to be in the school system and they have to go to college to be something. These are simple ones to kind of start to let you think of how life can be different. And oh, by the way, could it be infinitely better a different way? I think these are kind of easy topics that are very approachable for everyone to start to think about, to get your mind to better understand how this new 5D is working and how you can step into it more fully, therefore show up differently, therefore create new thought patterns, and therefore really honestly change your life. And I'm always the fun factor of, me every day. I'm like, I'm going to fly. Okay, well, what? Okay, got to work on my muscles and my bones. So I'm throwing that in because infinite possibilities, the why not. Don't get too heady into, well, if the school system, falls apart, what are we going to do with our kids? How are they going to learn? Or, oh my God, if we don't have insurance and I got in a car wreck, what's going to happen? Because there is a way. Trust me, there is a way, and it's coming and it's here and it's going to unfold and it's going to be awesome. So don't go down to the what if fear, go, what if there was never a car accident again? So we didn't even have to think about that because the energy won't even allow us to get in car wrecks because, oh, wait a minute, we don't even drive cars anymore. We fly. And of course, we would never bump into each other in the air. So do you see how you can start seeing and thinking a new way, and your life will reflect it?
Yeah. And Tracy, you talked about the show of hands. Who thinks the school system's bullshit? The school system is lack and limitation in play versus, okay, do we want to be limited and say you can only learn one study, have one job for your entire life, and that's the only way you're going to survive? Or do you want to chill out, feel your way into infinite intelligence and allow your creativity? You were a creator. And so if I challenge anybody listening to this to look at all of these false systems that were meant to keep false power in play, false beliefs in play. What, if anything, is triggering you going, I always thought that was kind of bullshit too. It's because it is, and it's coming down. And so the 5D is, okay, wait, now I'm feeling my way in and connecting to infinite possibility. It's called infinite intelligence because we all have access. But the cloud of fear was literally like blocking us. I was going to say something really dirty, but I didn't.
Why
But
not?
it's like an umbrella. Okay, it was cock blocking. We were getting cock blocked. There, I said it.
Yeah, I think what's important to say is that, the 3D, because I've gotten a lot of questions on, I think I'm still in 3D. I want to make it perfectly clear that nobody's energy is in 3D. We have all moved into the 5D energy. You might be in different pockets, like we're all, that's how they show it, like all in like these different pockets. And to recognize the 3D, when we talk about that energy, it really is where you're not feeling right, like something's wrong, like you can just, oh my God, I hate my job, or this relationship is this. Like if you find yourself complaining about different things, then the chances are you're stuck into that 3D energy. Well, not chances, let's be honest, you're in that friggin' 3D energy. So it's a matter of exactly what, both Tracy and Patty are saying, like get your system rocking and starting to think about, okay, wait a minute, I can't think my way out of this. I can't see a different version of this. So please help me see this. We have such a huge amount of what I would just say energetic healers, spirit guides, all that stuff with us that are here to assist. Now, from my perspective, I'm seeing it way differently than when we were in the old energy field, the 3D energy. I'm seeing it where the healers were assisting us, your spirit guides, or whatever you want to say, the healers, whatever. Okay, they were assisting us and saying, okay, do this, do that, sort of like helping us along. Where then as we started to begin to step out of that 3D, and I had said that to a lot of clients, a lot of classes that I was doing at the time, that, okay, now it's time for you to step up. Now they're sort of like, okay, look, we're going to step back. We've given you enough things through all of these years to look at and to do. Now, are you doing them? Now, the issue that I see happening is people are doing the work. They're doing all the stuff, but they're doing, and we talked about this, Patty, you had said it perfectly off camera. We talked about this, that people are doing the work, but they're not expanding their energy. You're doing the work and you're thinking, okay, this is what I have to do. And then something's going to change, something's going to shift. Now bring that whole intuitiveness, whatever it is, the whole knowing of like, okay, look, I'm also expanding my energy to this. Stop doing that work, thinking I have to continue to do this until I feel something, till I recognize, because that's you in the 3D energy, keeping yourself stuck, because that's what that whole energy was. Regurgitating the same shit over and over and over and over again, instead of recognizing, oh, wait a minute, this is coming forward. Yep, already worked on that. I'm not going to go back into that rabbit hole and figure out all the other million things that I have to do. I'm going to say, oh yeah, thank you so much. I let this go. Thank you. And Patty, what is it that you always say? Because like you can't serve, like what, like you have this great little word that you said off camera when something's coming up and you don't know it, or you don't want to buy into it. You're like, you're gone or something like that. Like you say,
Oh, I laugh at it. It's illusion. It's illusion. And I say, no, you're out of work. You're unemployed. My illusion creator is completely unemployed, gone, done. And I laugh and I go, oh no, wait, that's not any kind of a guided message. It's not guided at all because it's fear. And remember, fear is those fucking history files. So if you're creating from fear, you're just going into your history file. You have no you are completely limited because you are trying to think of a solution based on your history file, which was completely compiled mostly of fear and lack and limitation. So that's why you got no playbook. You're literally just throwing up the past over and over and over, and you have to step out of that and make that choice and say, okay, wait, that's an illusion. That's hilarious. And it's literally insanity. It's an illusion. And then just go, oh no, I tell my like, no, you're out of business. Stop even trying. You're not even funny anymore. I'm having way more fun over here. So yeah, and don't judge yourself where you're at. Don't, you can't compare yourself. It is, I remember like early on in the process in your journey, you can feel like, oh, there's going to be this like breaking point, right? Or I'm going to have this massive aha. And you feel like you're not making progress, but keep doing the work, keep doing the work. And then all of a sudden you go, wow, you'll hear someone else on their journey and go, oh my gosh, I've come a long way. It's almost like you've been climbing the hill, but you didn't look back. And then all of a sudden you're like, whoa, I'm way up here. But so, really important. Don't judge yourself, but really recognize where's that coming from. Oh, that's like hilarious. It's yeah. Put them out of business. Put it out of business. It's done. Tracy, see you
So
thinking.
I want to give, the concept of doing your work. I want to give a little perspective on what that maybe looks like and means, because I know sometimes people are like, what do you mean do the work? Or I am doing the work and I haven't seen changes. And I was doing energy stuff on my sister and someone said, well, she has to do her own work. And I kind of got a little like, well, wait a minute. She's asking me, she's my family. So I had to kind of look at that and I switched it to, well, wait a minute. She has a really good awareness. She is wanting to do better and see better. And I'm going to expand that concept of doing the work, because there's a lot of people out there that we love and they're not in this space of energy and doing the work. But what I've noticed is there's so many people that are coming from their heart. They want life to be better. They want to do better. They might not be consciously or intentionally doing the work, but they are present, they're open, they're willing. And that is just as important, and maybe now more so than us identifying people and telling people to do the work. I've really expanded it to, oh my gosh, no, they really have an awareness to, I don't even like these words. I'm trying to put it in words that will resonate with people, to do better, to be better, to see different, to have a new way of living. So I just want to throw that out there, because I really had to kind of look at that and say, how do I define doing the work? And there's all these beautiful people in my life that aren't technically doing the work, but they are. They totally are. And they're making changes.
Absolutely. And we're here to walk each other home too. And but for me, when I say doing the work is I'm using my tools, right? And so that's my personal, right, responsibility. But you're 1,000% right. In fact, there are more and more people with this awakening that they know there's more. I feel like that's how I began. I was like, it's that feeling that there's more. And then what do I do next? And so absolutely, like if you are in the process and feeling more stable in this new 5D, that be there and be compassionate and help you. Like that's why we all call ourselves guides. You're guiding, you're not judging, and because their gift also, their gift is already active. That's the cool thing. I have found several people recently who their gift was active that and they're still catching up from letting go of that echo of the 3D. And so it's cool. And yeah, and listen, there is no better or worse if you really look at all the energy, but it's about expanding into that infinite, the infinite possibilities, the infinite energy, the infinite intelligence, infinite wisdom. That's where abundance is. That's where abundance is. And it's an expansion into it. But yes, I think that we recognize and be compassionate, and there will be people in the same household that are all in a different part of your journey. And so knowing where you're at, and if you're confused about where you're at, get some help. Find someone that can maybe shed some light for you. I mean, that's my personal opinion.
I love that. And I think also what's really important to mention is if you're looking at yourself in your life and like, oh my God, lately I've seen a ton of videos and things on, buy this program on abundance. We're going to help you unlock that abundance and that stuff, which they're referring to money and all of that. So I just sort of want to throw out there, like when you are thinking something is wrong, you don't have that energy. You aren't going to have it. I mean, it's exactly what Tracy said earlier. It's infinite possibilities. Like I've seen it all the time. Like we have it in another dimension. All the dimensions, all the timelines are breaking down, right? So picture yourself all on these different paths. So if you're going down this path, oh, I have to buy this program, even though the 18,000 ones I bought prior didn't get me to that point, you got to stop and look and like, okay, well, then what am I not doing? I'm not expanding my energy. I'm not feeling that aspect or knowing that, yeah, I have abundance. And when I'm saying abundance, I don't mean just money. It's abundance in all areas of your life. Every single aspect. There is such an abundance of energy for everything that you possibly want. You want to fly, you want to transport over here, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to, go on a vacations, you want to do whatever. We, in the 3D energy, we're thinking, well, how do I get that? Oh, I have to work to do that. Well, why can't money just flow to you? And let's sort of look at, exactly what Tracy was saying earlier, everything's breaking down. Do you really not think that money's gonna, be here forever? Like it's not gonna be here forever. Like this shit's breaking down. Everybody is on the same plateau. I've always seen it this way. When you're putting people on pedestals or you're saying, well, this person knows and I've got to go to this person, they're the guru of all this stuff. Well, really look at that. Are they teaching the same shit that they've been teaching for the last 20 years? Because if they are, they're not moving into this 5D energy and you're buying into that, which is keeping you in that pocket of limitation. Get out of the pocket and just say, okay, look at, no, I'm in the infinite possibilities energy. When you go to bed at night, I'm in infinite possibilities energy. Everything is possible. Everything flows to me with ease and grace because that's our birthright. And when you think somebody's here, and oh, well, they know better because I'm here. No. We're all on the same plateau. We're just all moving around that plateau. So never think somebody else knows. This energy is so important for you to feel what feels right to you. What, like when somebody's saying something, does that feel right? And to double back on to what Tracy was saying, everything is, and Tracy, you and I have talked about this, and I'm sure Patty's in that same thing. You're not, when we're saying, or at least not for me, when I'm saying do the work, if somebody else needs help and you're like, oh my God, yes, I helped them and that happened, sort of get out of your ego there because guess what? You're collaborating. It's the collaboration energy. It's not you're doing anything. Like you even like my clients and the same thing. When they say, oh my God, you did, I'm like, no. It's because you did it. You were open. Our energies collaborating together. It's not just the two people's energies. It is the energy of everybody in the world coming together. That's the energy we're in. So if you think you're sitting there alone, allow yourself to feel like, no, you know what? I'm a piece and a part of everything and everyone. And now I'm going to tap in that energy that has this, and this. because I know it's there. It's always right within our field. We just got to like open up that whole energetic field and recognize that the world is a collaboration of energy. If you think there's something wrong out there, you know, government's this, government, well, stop putting energy to it. Stop talking about it. Stop being it. Like, you know what? No, that's all bullshit. People now have control. This is what let's create what we want, because this is the life and this is the energy that we're in, this 5D energy that allows this to be, because exactly what you both are saying. It's all about not only collaboration, but the infinite possibilities. Make sense? And who wants to pick it up from here?
I'll jump in on this, Renee. Yeah, and when we talk about co-creating, and if you are seeking guidance, fantastic. We've all three of us here have done it, and we continue to do it. And sometimes you just take a little piece, like what is in alignment with what feels good. So you don't have to necessarily take on someone's energy, and you never look at someone as that. I agree. The other person's not healing you, they're guiding you. And it's very important for you to take ownership of your own progress and say, okay, because it is your experience is unique to you. You have a unique frequency. And I also want to add a little piece on when I was able to personally get a clear vision on, like, because so many people talk about the energy of abundance, and then a lot of people define abundance as only as money. So if you understand that energetically, if it's money, if it's love, if it's wellness, that is all the same abundant energy. So stop isolating the one thing that scares the shit out of you, and you can literally focus on go outside in nature. There's an abundance of trees, of leaves, of oxygen, of sky, of sunsets and sunrises, and you can go on and on and on. And so when we say expand out, what's happened is we were dense. We were all compressed and contracted in 3D. We now have open access. We're in the 5D, which means as you can't, from stillness, for me, from stillness, I can expand my energy. And I do this deliberately in meditation. I can calm, and then I practice, okay, now I'm going to take this out in the real world. Can I keep that inner stillness and stay expanded while I'm outside experiencing life? That's the play right now. And so what happens is you expand outward. Think of yourself. I think of rings. I picture rings around myself, and rings that expand outward, almost like a cyclone. And if I feel condensed, I'm like, ooh, my ring of abundance is out there. I'm contracted right now. If I think, ooh, no, I have to pay a bill. And instead I go, well, wait, 5D is love. Oh, I love the energy exchange that's happening. Am I grateful for my electricity? Absolutely. So I connect with that energetic when I'm going to pay a bill. I connect with that energetic. And if I'm not there, I don't do the action. So for me, that's how I play with the energy of abundance. Ooh, am I in love, or am I in fear, or I'm pissed off? No, because that's the experience I'm going to have that's attached to it versus, and that is, if you're trying to make a shift, I mean, for me, that's how I see it is I want to expand out. And it's, again, what do I want to create? What do I want to create? Like more joy, more harmony, more, right? And so all of that is in the same energy as what we're calling money, which is just value exchange. At the end of the day, we're getting back to fair value exchange. False power is breaking down. We're going back to how abundance it was meant to exist on this planet, which is fair value exchange. And there are some civilizations actually engaging in this right now, which I think is so fabulous, because it really is that's the model of the future of how currency is going to, it's an exchange, period. It's not one person or 7 families control all the wealth in the world. That's done. There's nothing to support that anymore. Absolutely nothing. So if that's an old belief, like, you can kick that one in the can. There's no energy to support that. And this is, hello, banking, it goes on and on and on and on. So Tracy, I can tell you got something.
Mhm.
Like, which way do I go? And I'm going to talk about something that might be useful for everyone to navigate forward, because I do own businesses. I have kids in the school system. I have a lot of these examples that are real in my life. And, I think all we can really speak to, and we've said this, is what we do, what we see, what works for us, because really it is individual. Everything is going to be an individual process and, understanding and knowing. And I think that's beautiful, terrifying and beautiful at the same time. Like, yeah, it is all up to you, but hey, it's all up to you. So, but what I have been doing and being mindful of is, Patty, you just spoke to it. The power, all the control systems and structure are gone. So I have been reevaluating my life of what part of everything I do is hooked into those systems and structure. And what I have to look at a lot in my life of, well, where are we getting a lot of the goods that we need to run our business? And can we stop doing it that way? Or can we source a different source? Another subject, schooling. I'm talking to my kids. Well, really what is it you want to do? And how can we position you to be successful and joyful and in your passion? Kind of right now working in conjunction with the school system, but maybe extrapolating you out a little bit, like going on to online version, so there's all of these questions that you can begin to explore in new paths and do it in the name of abundance and passion and joy. And I can only say that this has been really beneficial for me to re-architecture my life. And I like that kind of term of you're the architect, you're engineering, re-engineering what your life looks like, how it flows. So you can position yourself to be in such a greater state of flow and expansion and abundance by start just asking some really simple questions. Well, how do we do it? How could we do it different? And can I start doing it differently today? I know that has been highly, highly beneficial for me. And I have been doing it for months in my own life. And it's really, and everyone, back to Patty, abundance. What is everyone? They want to be rich. They want to have money. No doubt. It's great. And someone said to me, well, because, money buys happiness. And I said, I think that's incorrect. Money buys opportunity. But I strongly believe, as Patty says, our definition of currency is going to change. And I think it's going to change sooner than later. Yeah. So it's going to be a more value-based exchange system, which is amazing. Yeah. So I'm just going to seed that out.
Well, and Tracy, do you know why it's got to collapse fast sooner rather than later? Because one of the biggest existing fears on the planet right now is money. Mm-hmm. And so that's one of the biggest things that's getting blasted. It's literally getting blasted. So if you're purging in this, if this is in your field, all my needs are met. In 5D, all your needs are met. So anything that you're thinking is a survival-based thing, and get yourself into that energy of joy and peace, and or whatever it may be. For me, when I started my journey, I only focused on peace and ease, because at the end of the day, most people actually want money for security. Survivor brain. So they want security. And, it's the attachment to the material things too is also, we're not saying you can't have that. We're saying that you're blocking yourself from getting it by focusing on it from a fear perspective versus a love and abundance, exactly what Tracy was just speaking about.
Yeah. And how many times do people go after, well, if I only had this, if I had money, then it'll be happy. Then all of a sudden they get this windfall, or they get something, larger amount that like, well, no, but I need this. If you don't have happiness within, no matter what you get externally, you're not going to have it. You're not going to get happiness, because your soul is really calling to you to find that happiness, come back into you, come back into your heart, and to start to recognize and to know that, wait a minute, what am I lacking? Why can't I be happy with just being by myself? What's going on? And really sort of look at that. And you don't have to really, they're saying you don't have to recognize it. Well, oh my God, now what do I got to do about it? If you just recognize, say, yeah, like, what is going on here? Wait, let me just bring in that beautiful, abundant energy of that peace and that calm and that happiness and that joy. In this energy, a lot of that is all you need to do. Like, people will say, well, journal this and journal that. If you're not a journaler, like I'm not a journaler, and somebody said that, when I recognized what my fear or whatever was happening, that why I was speaking out of anger half the time, was when I just recognized it, was all of a sudden it was just gone. And it was that whole piece of that's what this energy is. It's so much easier. So don't go in like if somebody's asking you for help, don't go into the old ways of, well, this is what I did. This is what you have to do. Give them the knowledge of what you did. Let them feel what's right, and don't judge them for not doing the way you did it, because exactly what Patty spoke to earlier. Everybody's different. Everybody's got a different energy, a different frequency. They have to do it. And again, things are so much easier. The things that all three of us did years ago, that's like so old school. Like that's like nothing. Like it's now you can do it like this, especially in this beautiful energy. It's here to support and love you. Just ask and allow that expansion to be.
Yeah, well said. And it's an opportunity to create from a foundation of love instead of fear. And that's the game. Am I in love right now or am I in fear right now? And again, pay attention to the echoes and what a great discussion. And Tracy, any closing comments?
I do. I have to
Let's
say
go.
it because I'm like, give them examples so they can, and these are not fear. I do not want anyone to go in fear in this. These are examples of it's already crumbled. So it's not safety. I'm going to give you three real quick ones. If everyone has ever looked at how over leveraged $1 bill is, or let's say if you had $100 that you give it to the bank, it is leveraged out exponentially. Like there's no value in it. It's smoke and mirror. So there's nothing to fear because there is no safety there. Your perceived safety does not exist. So you could look that up, how over leveraged $1 bill is. The second one is, and again, I'm not being disrespectful or fear-based, but something like now the third cause of death right now is medical error. So, and I don't say that out of fear. I say it out of, we have the power to heal ourselves, help ourselves. Losing doctors and health insurance, it's already happened. We just don't have awareness that it's failed. And it can be done well. I believe in doctors. I believe in medicine. So those are two examples of our safety nets. They're not safety, which I'm saying this in encouragement and hope. And the third one is hysterical. I'm like, why are you giving me that bullshit? I don't want to say it. Okay, I'll say it. Social media, I have to do it for my business. And this reel or something came up, how all the Kardashians are taking out their implants. I don't even know this is true. I saw it in Instagram reel, but I was laughing my ass off because I'm like, oh crap, what if the face of beauty changes and now all the boob implants, the lip plumps, the Botox and the butt implants, that's not beauty anymore. What are all these people going to do with all this synthetic material in them? And again, I was like, I don't want to say it, but I'm saying it. I had to say it. And it's not out of fear. It's already changing. We are in the 5D. Open your eyes, look around. It wasn't safety and security and beauty in the first place. So how amazing is it that it's already started? Like you can choose right here, right now. I don't care what's going on in your life, your financial, your health, or your beauty. We are at a choice point. You choose right here, right now. You're the creator.
Yeah. Oh, so well said. So well said. Renee?
She just said it all.
I know. Yeah, well, there you have it. That's our view on from 3D to 5D, and 5D is way more fun, and we're all in it. Have compassion for yourself, and just kind of say, hey, where am I? And it's feeling into it. It's feeling into it, and we wish you all fun on this journey too. Don't forget to have freaking fun. This is not we were all meant to be here to enjoy life, not to struggle. And now the energy is here to support us all. So, and we're here to support you guys by sharing our crazy stories with you. So, thank you for all the new subscribers. Again, hit that like button, share this if you feel it'll resonate with someone, and have compassion for those around you who may not be there yet. We're all in the same boat here. We've all taken the plunge. So ladies, thank you for an amazing episode, and see you next